Good morning, my beloved. It is Monday, 7:20. I'm about 10 minutes early because I got to leave about 10 minutes early. I have a question for you. Are you condemned? Don't be condemned. Romans 14:22 says this, Blessed is the man who is not condemned in that thing which he alloweth. It's a really nice way of saying, don't say yes to things you wish you said no to. Just learn to say no with integrity. Too many times we say yes to things that before we even get the words out of our mouth, we wished we hadn't said yes to. We feel that to be a good Christian, a good friend, that we have to say yes to everything. But Jesus didn't say yes to everything. He said no to a lot of things so that he could say yes to the right things. I find a lot of my followers and friends are condemned, not in the way of sentenced unto death or, condemned that they're a bad person necessarily. They're condemned because the thing which is on the inside of them does not match the things that are on the outside of them. Their inward convictions do not match their outward actions. And when your actions outwardly line up with your inward convictions, you are a blessed individual. When we say family is number one, but then we put in 80-hour work weeks, we are incongruent. We are condemned by the thing which we alloweth. And you say, well, Pastor Lee, I have to work. Yes, you have to work, but you do not have to work 80 hours a week. You convince yourselves you have to work 80 hours a week, but you could find another job if you were so inclined. Here's the thing, we are followers of Jesus. And as followers of Jesus, there are things we need to align our outward actions with so their inward convictions line up. If we say God is first, then we need to put him first in our finances. We need to put him first in our friendships. We need to put him first in what we're watching, what we're allowing our eyes to see and our ears to hear. When we do that, we are congruent, we are aligned. And when we are aligned, we can run fast. Too many people are condemned. They're not happy because their inward convictions don't match their outward actions. Happy is the man who is not condemned in that thing which he alloweth. We let people talk us into things that we should not let them talk us into. We need to stay our ground and say yes to things we want to say yes to and no to things we don't want to do. And yes, that will make some people upset, but it will make you much more happy in life because you will start leading the life you really love and loving the life that you're living. It's truly important that you and I figure out who we are so we can sow to the things we want to become. Life will put pressures on you. People will put pressures on you. But happy is the man who says yes to the things he wants to say yes to and no to the things he wants to say no to. I've been put under tremendous pressure sometimes to do things that are just, they're not even really sin. They're just not what I want to be. And I've had to stay my course. I've had to say no to things that made people feel awkward. They've offered me a wine or offered me a beer or offered me a shanty or whatever it might be. And I had to say no, thank you. And it makes people feel a little uncomfortable for a moment. But I don't ask them to quote scripture. I don't ask them to give to the church. I don't do things that make them feel uncomfortable. And if I did and they said no, I'd be like, okay. So you and I need to learn to live according to our convictions, to live according to our core values so that we can live a blessed life. Today, you will have opportunity to let your inward convictions match your outward actions. And my encouragement is that you say yes to things you want to say yes to and no thank you to things that you don't want to do. And truly, you will end the day happy because you lived a congruent life. You lived a life where you were in unity. Your front wheels matched your back wheels and you were able to go fast. if your back wheels are not in line with your front wheels, you can't go fast. You keep doglegging. And so, if you want to run fast, if you want to get somewhere in God, you have to be congruent. You have to let your back wheels line up with your front wheels. Let your inward convictions match your outward actions. I love the people that I do life with, and continually encouraging one another and provoking one another to good works, to live the life that God called us to live. And I would encourage you, do what you know pleases the God you serve. Yes, it may make the world mad, but if you make God happy, you'll be happy. If you know you've obeyed the voice of God, you will find joy. Many times people are not joy filled because they are disobedient to what they know God has asked them to do. Be congruent. Let your inward convictions match your outward actions, and today will be a great day. Let me say hi to a few individuals. Valerie, we love you so much. Ginger says hi. Jim, Mary Lou, Karen, Bill, Bob, bless y'all so much. Gary, I just love you guys. Thank you for being so faithful. Give me a thumbs up. Share this with someone you know. Together, you and I will change thousands of lives. Happy New Year to you. One day ahead. Happy New Year's. Look forward to seeing you next year.